The move allows the board to provide assistance to county residents they say have struggled financially because of the crackdown on immigrants, including rent relief to tenants directly impacted by the raids. But many landlords object, saying they could suffer financially following a ban on evictions.
Los Angeles County has the responsibility to protect every resident, no matter where they come from or what papers they carry.
You live off of the rent, right? Well, the people who are in the country without permission, who shouldn't even be working because they don't have permission to work, they have to go to work, but they can't go to work. So you have to let them live for free in your house. You'll figure it out. And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know, that helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, have you wondered what's happening in Los Angeles? Like, you know, you wake up, you're going about your day. Have you ever just stopped and say, I wonder what's happening in LA right now? Or if you are in LA, have you stopped to wonder, what the heck is happening in LA? Well, I'm going to tell you, y'all. LA, Los Angeles County, is declaring a state of emergency. Okay. For them, it is an emergency. The fact that the federal government is going into LA and surrounding areas and enforcing the immigration laws. So there's not a lot they can do. I've been saying this. We've had thumbnails like powerless to stop it because they're powerless to stop it. So in this video, we're going to take a look a little bit later. I'm going to remind you that the governor of the state of California, LA is in California, in case you didn't know, he signed an anti-mask mandate. He said, hey, you can't be in here with a mask on. Okay. Powerless to stop it. He can't enforce that. There's really nothing he can do to even enforce his own law. But first, y'all, we're going to take a look at the most recent development where they declared a state of emergency. And now they're going to make homeowners, landlords, they're going to make them eat the rent. What does that mean? That means when people don't pay their rent, there's going to be an eviction moratorium where you can't kick people out. Remember COVID? Remember during that time? My understanding is most people still did pay their rent, right? That's because the government was giving them free money. But most people did still pay their rent, but you couldn't kick people out. So now, get this. In Los Angeles County, they think it's an emergency that ICE is in the county enforcing federal law. And due to that supposed emergency, they're going to tell landlords you can't evict people. Okay, so they're giving people free rent basically at this point in protest. In my opinion, it's a protest. They're hurting themselves. They're hurting their own people in protest to the federal government enforcing federal immigration laws, y'all. You can't make this up. Let's get into it. But before we do, y'all, we have a new webpage for my people out there who are like, yo, I have money, but I don't want to give it away to the people who are trying to take it. How can I protect my retirement? Y'all, gold. How many times do I have to tell you? Gold has been man's longest monetary best friend for 5,000 years. I mean, what else are you looking for? Go to our webpage. Go to the new webpage, Paralegold. PARALEGOLD.com. Get the information on how to protect your retirement. And you can call 844-651-8334 and speak to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Now let's go ahead and hop into this content.
The LA County Board of Supervisors voted to issue a state of emergency over federal immigration operations. The proclamation means the county can now financially assist those they say are struggling financially due to ICE raids. Those raids have caused widespread fear among LA County's over 3 million immigrants.
So what exactly can the county do? John Finolio has answers live from Hollywood tonight. John.
Micah, Cher, since June, federal agents have detained or arrested thousands of Angelenos suspected of being in the U.S. unlawfully. American citizens have also been swept up. LA County supervisors say an emergency declaration is needed to better respond to those folks who have been impacted, but opponents of this move say it's just not necessary and may very well hurt landlords.
Y'all, I know analogies are not perfect, but did you notice how often they say American citizens have also been detained or swept up? Yeah, when you don't know, when you have a group of people and you don't know, you sweep them all up and then you decide later. That's almost like saying, yeah, at the DUI checkpoint, people who were not drunk were also stopped. If I knew who was drunk, I wouldn't need the checkpoint. I would just go point them out. Okay? Do you see how the news does? But anyway, y'all, that's a little rant for you. Okay, that's a little one. So anyway, y'all, let's get back into this. Los Angeles County is going to punish their own landlords, their own mom and pop homeowners who are just trying to make it in this world because of the ICE raids.
Horvath?
Aye.
Supervisor Horvath? Aye.
By a 4-1 vote, the LA County Board of Supervisors declaring a state of emergency over ongoing federal immigration raids.
For months, families have been living under threat. Workers have been kidnapped from job sites, and children have been coming home to empty dinner tables. Los Angeles County has the responsibility to protect every resident, no matter where they come from or what papers they carry. Declaring a local emergency allows us to move faster to meet that responsibility.
So yes, they're hurting their own people. They're hurting their own people to try to get back at ICE. ICE is not going to stop. They're powerless to stop ICE. So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, hey, you guy over there who you're retired, right? You live off of the rent, right? Well, the people who are in the country without permission, who shouldn't even be working because they don't have permission to work, they have to go to work, but they can't go to work. So you have to let them live for free in your house. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
The move allows the board to provide assistance to county residents they say have struggled financially because of the crackdown on immigrants, including rent relief to tenants directly impacted by the raids.
These people are left with absolutely no choice. If you can't leave your home, you can't work. These are people that go out every single day and work so hard. I myself witnessed kidnapping by ICE at the Home Depot in Westlake. So we urge you to declare an emergency.
The emergency declaration also allows for some state money to be used for legal aid and other county services. But many landlords object, saying they could suffer financially following a ban on evictions and rental increases during the pandemic.
An emergency declaration is only needed to pass another countywide eviction moratorium. A third eviction moratorium will be the death blow to many mom and pop owners struggling from years of unpaid rent from the pandemic and the wildfires.
Yes. Also taxpayer dollars going to fight the immigration battles of people who are in the country without permission. So let's take the limited funds we have and try to help people who are in the country without permission fight their immigration battles in court, y'all.
Supervisor Catherine Barger casting the only lone vote opposing the motion, saying that declaring a local emergency is not the right way to respond to families and communities impacted by federal immigration enforcement operations.
So what does today's action do, County Council?
It proclaims an emergency based upon the federal enforcement actions.
What is going to change tomorrow? So today's action really doesn't change anything tomorrow?
Correct. There is a declared emergency.
So this is just another, in my opinion, just another one of the ultimately insignificant, inconsequential moves that California has taken. Now, it'll be consequential to the landlords who are renting. It'll be consequential to the county budget when they're taking away from doing things for citizens and residents and helping people who don't even have permission to be in the country, much less permission to work. It'll be consequential, but it won't be consequential on ICE's actions to get those people out of the country. So, what's really going on? Just like the last inconsequential thing they did when they passed a law saying ICE agents can't wear masks, but you can't arrest them. It's federal law, supremacy clause. So there's nothing you can do.
Immigrants have rights, and we have the right to stand up and push back. And that's what we're doing here today.
This is in direct response to recent immigration enforcement operations in LA, where federal agents wore masks while detaining people.
The first in the nation saying enough. To ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
The other laws that were signed today require federal agents to identify themselves with visible badges. limit immigration enforcement agents from entering schools or health facilities without warrants, and require schools to alert students and families when immigration enforcement agents are on campus.
All of this legislative resistance is to protect Angelenos from our own federal government. That is profound, because this reflects a moment in history that we will all remember.
The acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley immediately fired back on X, saying in part, the state of California has no jurisdiction over the federal government. If Newsom wants to regulate our agents, he must go through Congress. I've directed our federal agencies that the law signed today has no effect on our operations. Our agents will continue to protect their identities.
The states absolutely have power to enforce generally applicable laws, but you can't do so if it undermines the federal government's ability to carry out laws or policies.
Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson says this is a showdown between state power and federal power and doesn't expect the fight to end anytime soon.
Governor Newsom knows that he could be sued and that California could be sued. And that doesn't mean that these laws, either all or some of them, will be struck down in the courts. It means that there are genuine legal questions here.
All the laws signed today by Governor Newsom went into effect immediately, except for the law banning masks, which goes into effect January 1st. But Jonathan and Kathy, with potential lawsuits, Levinson says they could be put on hold. Reporting live in the newsroom, Tracy Lingong, NBC4 News.
So, y'all, all of this is performative. You know the Dilbert creator, Scott Adams, he calls them from time to time the Dramacrats. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here. All of this could be ended so quickly. This could be over so quickly. They could just go to the federal government and say, hey, we're going to help you get the criminals out of the country. That was the priority of the federal government, and all of these jurisdictions pushed back and they said, we're not going to help you with criminals. And that's what precipitated all of this. And now they're trying to do something, but they can't do anything. They can't do anything to stop it, except what I just said. Cooperate to get criminals out of the country. And then if the federal government continues with these actions, then you have a moral ground to stand on. You can say, hold up, we're helping you get the criminals. Worst first. That's what you said. We're down. We're cooperating. So what are you doing out here? Now, people who are in the country without permission, they still don't have permission. But I think we can all get behind worst first, right? We can all get behind getting violent criminals out of the country first. So y'all let me know what you think about this. Why should the LA County landlord, the mom and pop retired person who's living off of the meager rent that they get every month, why should they have to shoulder the bill? Let me know what you think down in the comments. But before you do, y'all, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. To my people with a retirement, go down, click the first link in the description, Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Protect your retirement from the upsies, downsies, roundsies, and roundsies of this crazy world. Protect it from LA County that wants to give your stuff away to others. And you can call our partners at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.